In the reconstruction of religious thought in Islam, Allama articulated the mystic experience for the purpose of knowledge. How would you explain what the mystic experience is?
Well, you see, this is something which is not easy to explain. Iqbal calls it religious experience, and he says that it's a form of knowledge which can be acquired. But how can it be acquired? He himself also, in this first chapter of Reconstruction, he says that the old methods of acquiring this knowledge of spiritual or religious experience, they have become outmoded. Now, if the old methods were of the these Sufi-i Karam, they had evolved these methods of the acquisition of this form of knowledge, according to Iqbal. And that Sufi system of giving the pilgrim, or what they call salik. Salik means the wayfarer. The wayfarer was given this knowledge by crossing different spheres of thought until you have the didare ilahi. You have the sight of God. You see God. वो सारी stages थी. So apparently that, he says, is not possible, because the modern mind would not accept this kind of Sufi training. But then again he says that psychology has not reached at that stage where it could understand the depth of what you call the state of unconsciousness. It only is very kind of superficial, because it's only concerned with what you call the conscious self. It has no concept yet of subconsciousness and unconsciousness. These are different stages of human mind. Psychology has not reached at that stage yet. So how are we to acquire this knowledge? Now, apparently, at least I have written a book on certain questions being raised on Reconstruction lectures, and one of my questions, of course, is how to acquire this knowledge. If spiritual experience or religious experience, as he calls it, it's a form of knowledge, then how should it be acquired? Some Iqbal specialists, Iqbal experts, think that it is dua, prayer. By prayer, you can realize that stage. Because according to, again, Iqbal, if you ardently desire a certain thing to happen and you pray for it, it happens. Well, that's also a big question. Sometimes you desire genuinely a thing to happen and you pray and it doesn't happen. So apparently there are big questions in all these this form of knowledge. So apparently, I personally am inclined to think that whether it is prayer or it is congregational prayer or individual prayer by which you can acquire this form of knowledge, it's a big question. It depends perhaps on your own sincerity, of how serious you are. But if you are, you see, modern mind is very much influenced by what you call sense perception and knowledge which is acquired through reason. So it is very difficult that once your mind is trained to accept rational argument or to be convinced by experimental science. Now, there was a time when Galileo was tried by the religious court for declaring that Earth is not something around which the sun revolves, but it is revolving around the sun. The church, of course, was after his blood, because it was against the concept of religion, because they gave importance to Earth and they said the whole universe revolves around Earth, whereas Galileo had said something which is blasphemous. And in the same way, now we depend so much on sense perception and reason that it's very difficult to digest a concept of any kind of experience which is neither based on sense expression nor based on reason. But in those times, you see, they of course differentiated between reason, knowledge acquired through reason, and knowledge acquired through intuition. Once the knowledge which was acquired through reason was called Allama Iqbal, rational knowledge. The other was called Marfat, which was acquired through intuition. उसको मार्फत कहते थे. So Marfat and Ilm were differentiated. Now Marfat, of course, is considered as Ilm. It's a form of Ilm, but its basis is different. When would humans be able to acquire spiritual or religious experience as a form of knowledge is a time which is yet to come. This is my view. This is the answer to the first chapter of Reconstruction lectures.